Roller coasters are the flagship attractions of any amusement park, but don't let roller coasters overshadow the awesome flat rides a park may have. For those of you who don't know, before getting into roller coasters, I got obsessed with flat rides. The different forces and structures are what excite me. After riding some new rides at the 50th State Fair, I thought it would be a good time to make a list of my top 10 favorite flat rides, so stay tuned.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Before I get into the list, here are a few notes. 3 flat rides I didn't get the chance to ride are Soul Spin at Knott's Berry Farm, Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout at Disney California Adventure, and Fireball at my local fair. Soul Spin was down for the whole day when I first went to Knott's Berry Farm, and I didn't have time to ride it the second time I went. As for Guardians, I was too scared to ride Tower of Terror when I went in 2016, and in 2019 the ride closed while I was waiting in line to ride it. For all my life, I was too scared to ride Fireball at my local fair, and it was replaced by the number 10 spot on this list. Luckily, I could visit almost any Six Flags park to ride a Larson Superloop, so I shouldn't have to worry. I am pretty sad that I never got to ride these, but I still have a decent collection of flat rides I've ridden. Number 10, 7 Seas by Wisdom Rides. It's a fun ride that everyone can enjoy, and that's it. No part of this ride will blow you away, and it is literally impossible to not get stapled. The ride op presses a button and all of the restraints come down on you, leaving not even a millimeter of room. I don't mind the stapling on this ride, but I can imagine some people will not be a fan of that. Number 9, Zero Gravity by BATTECH. Now, spinny rides like this are usually not my thing. I would always get nauseated after riding one, but this one impressed me. I like the centrifugal force this ride offers and how you only have a somewhat loose belt as a restraint. While I did come off of this ride a little nauseated, it didn't come to a point where I'm about to throw up. Number 8, Pharaoh's Fury by Chance Rides. This ride is also plain fun, but it won't blow you away. While it's impossible to get room on 7 Seas, it's impossible to get stapled on Pharaoh's Fury. The lap bar very much reminds me of a buzz bar on some wooden coasters, and that's what I really like about this ride. You do get some weightlessness and a little bit of force on the bottom, but this ride isn't meant for force. Number 7, PIXAR Pal-Around and Eccentric Ferris Wheel. This is a very controversial pick, so I ask that you keep comments about the spot to a minimum. This is one of only 2 Ferris wheels in the United States to feature both fixed and sliding gondolas, the other one being Wonder Wheel at Coney Island. While the fixed gondolas provide a normal scenic Ferris wheel experience, a ride on a sliding gondola is surprisingly terrifying. You have literally nothing to hold you in, and the gondolas can swing a lot, so if you're not prepared, the swinging gondolas can give you a very unique ride experience. Number 6, TECHNO Power by Wood Entertainment. This is basically a different brand of your classic orbiter ride. It's fast, forceful, and there are some laterals towards the end. The music adds to the experience. I also picture this ride as a classic scrambler, but there are more positive G's than laterals. I didn't get off of this ride dizzy or nauseated, so I definitely enjoyed it. Number 5, La Revolucion by Chance Rides. This is my first Frisbee type ride, so I knew nothing about what the ride experience would be like, but I was impressed. It has awesome airtime, it swings you at a pretty steep angle, and it's super forceful, much more forceful than what I was expecting. I know this is a smaller Frisbee ride, so I can't wait for when I get a chance to ride a larger scale Frisbee ride. Number 4, Blackout by KMG. This ride is very similar to a Frisbee ride, except this can fully invert. This ride is super awesome. It's very forceful and has incredible hang time. Probably the best hang time I've experienced on any ride I've ridden. Sorry hang time, you were pretty close. What I found most surprising about this is that it is a very re-rideable ride, despite having high positive G's. This ride is very close in my rankings to my number 3 spot on this list, but it barely missed the top 3, but still a really great ride. Number 3, Zipper by Chance Rides. I still don't understand why not a lot of people talk about this ride. It's very intense and whippy. It's still one of the most intense rides I have ridden, and you're stuck in a cage with only a lap bar. This is the only ride that I'm too scared to hold my hands up, and as jeepy as it sounds, my arms felt weak after coming off because of how tight I was holding on to the bars in front. And every ride is different. The one I've ridden is a first generation zipper, and the second generation ones have no cage, but they have over the shoulder restraints. And from what I hear, this is pretty similar to the SNS 40 free spins, which makes me even more excited for my first free spin. Number 2, Speed by KMG. This ride very much exceeded my expectations. I think of it as a combination of Zipper and Blackout with height added to it. You have the open seating and the freedom of Blackout, but you also have the intensity and whippiness of Zipper, and my gosh, this ride is incredible. Like Zipper, this ride can rotate clockwise and counterclockwise. My only complaint is that this ride isn't the best for capacity, so it could get long lines, but the view, the intensity, and the freedom is why I like this ride. Leaving number 1 as Supreme Scream by SNS. This was my first and only drop tower of its size, and it was insane. What's funny is that when I was at the top of the ride waiting for it to drop, it gave me a chance to look at the construction site for what was going to be hang time, since the last time I've ridden it was in 2017. The first drop was of course super insane. I've heard this is ranked on the lower side of drop towers, so I can't wait to experience more from different manufacturers like Intamin or Larson. But that concludes my list of my top 10 favorite flat rides. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like, I really appreciate it. Let me know down in the comments what are some of your favorite flat rides. Also, please keep the comments about my number 7 to a minimum. And if you're new to this channel and roller coasters are what you're into, then please consider subscribing for content all about roller coasters, or should I say amusement rides. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.